Alrighty, welcome to the breakdown, episode 2. Today we're going to look at the dirty plays, very short yardage situations, Keeton on the run, 2 back sets, which I personally loved, and the touchdowns, all in week 2's game at Utah. I'm going to try a little bit different way of recording the audio on this. I don't need to go into it because you guys don't care, but hopefully this becomes a more efficient process. Now, to start off, we're going to look at Marlon Evans' hit on Britton Covey in the first quarter on Utah's first drive. I've been on record as saying I think it should have been a flag, but not an ejection. I stand by that. I think that as you watch these angles as we go through, and remember, this is incredibly slow, and the refs see this super fast. But I think there you can kind of see out his back. He twists his back and tries to lead with his shoulder. They do hit head to head, but it's almost as simultaneous as the shoulders. I understand you need to protect the players, and that's why I agree with the flag. But going back and reviewing this, I think you can kind of see he tries to lead with his shoulders, and if you take into account the fact that if Covey was standing up, it's a hit right to the stomach that might jar a touchdown catch loose. Moving on next, we have the low hit on Chucky Keeton not too long later. 19 comes on the stunt blitz. He stumbles and hits Keeton in the lower leg. Not allowed to do that on a quarterback, but again, it's definitely not something that is malicious or dirty in any way. It's an unfortunate play, but definitely not a lot you can do about that. Next up, we have some very short yardage situations, particularly 2nd and 3rd and 1. We have 2 back-to-back, and this one kind of jumped up really quick here. But you have Juan Hunt on the run, 2nd and 1, Utah State's driving, starting to get into Utes territory. And right here, the middle's clogged up, and his first bounce is wide open, and it looks like he has a second bounce. Now, in this situation where it's just 2nd and 1, you want to take that first hole and just get the first down. Instead, Juan opts to bounce it outside. And again, if you look here, there's an alley, there's a lane there. He's almost got the first down already if he just falls forward in that lane instead of trying to bounce it out. Utah State gets a first down, fresh set of downs, and instead he gets tackled for a short loss, and they end up at a 3rd and 1, which is the next play we're going to look at. Now, they come out of this quick huddle, and they do this a couple times during the game, including the next short yardage situation we're going to look at. And they run what's simply called, or what I remember it being called, at least in high school, was a wedge concept. Basically, the offensive line is very close together. Everyone wedges together and tries to get a yard. The running back's job is to just hit the line hard and essentially just get 1 yard. All you need to do is fall forward. In this case here, you see there's a slight penetration by the defensive line on the top side there. But there's enough room, it looks like initially, that if Hunt goes here or immediately to the outside, that he can get it. To me, it looks like he hesitates a little, and the Utah defense is able to make a great play. This is also a situation where I think you would want to have the bigger back Mays in. Moving forward, jumping to the 3rd quarter, we're going to run the same wedge concept with everyone up front. Again, this is probably a situation where you'd want Mays in, a little bit bigger back. Instead, they have Juan, who avoids the penetration, but then instead of hitting the line hard and driving his feet, opts to go for the over-the-top move, which I am not the biggest fan of. I think it keeps, it eliminates all the power you have from your legs and keeps the offensive line from being able to push the pile forward. Next up, we have Chuck Keeton on the run. The first play we're actually going to look at is one towards the beginning of the game where he didn't run, where I think he should have. We'll look at a couple designed runs and a couple scrambles. So we have a read option here. We have the tight end coming in across the back formation to block in the middle. The second back going up to linebacker, and I believe Chuck Keeton, they are reading the outside linebacker here. I really think he should have pulled it on this play. It definitely would have been close. But if you look here, right after he hands it off, all the linebackers are sucked up close to the line. And if Chucky keeps this ball, there is a lot of space here. Granted, he'd have to definitely make at least one, probably two tacklers miss. But it looked really open. If you're able to see this from a wider angle, it's a wide open run. Instead, Mays gets no gain. On the next play, we have Keaton's, one of his first keepers. 3rd and short here, coming down towards the end of the half. That's where Aggies drive and score. They're going to do the read option with the further up back. I'm not exactly sure what to call the 2-back set. And then run the option to the outside. Reading the defensive end, who starts to suck down on the option. You have the tight end coming across to be a lead blocker of sorts, and the man furthest in the back to be the pitch option. As the play develops more, both the linebacker and the corner were sucked in. This allows the tight end to kind of get an outside angle and make a really nice seal block, do what he needs to do. And then Chucky, rightly takes the ball, scampers down the field, and is able to get out of bounds. Next up, we have another designed run to start off the 3rd quarter. What we're going to have is a fly sweep read. Right receiver is going to come across, and the Utah linebackers are going to fill hard to try to, contain the speed of the Utah State's wide receivers. Chucky's going to read it and take it right up the middle. As the play develops here, you'll see the linebackers scraping hard over the top. See Chucky takes it and pulls it, which is the right decision. He runs into a little bit of traffic with the center, Austin Stevens, I believe that is. But if you look, there's lanes on either side of him, pretty decent lanes, and he's able to turn this into a solid gain, especially on 1st down. Utah State struggled to get ahead of the chains, and that's definitely one way to do it. Next up, we have a read option out of a 2-back set, which Utah State was very effective at. Something we're going to look at here in a little bit. The action of both running backs are going to pull the linebackers over the top again, and Chucky is going to pull it and run it up the middle for what will amount to a short gain, but the holes were definitely there, and the decision was the correct one. So here you see linebackers coming hard over the top. We have a guard pulling up through the hole, and they're leaving the defensive end alone. So as Chucky goes to pull the ball here, he's going to be able to kind of follow that blocker and weave through the hole. Now again, the pulling guard just barely missed 51. But if that block's made, and if the guard's able to hang on to his block a little bit longer, there's quite a wide gap for Chucky. Now we're going to look a little bit of what, Chucky being a threat in the run can do in the passing game, and just how he's able to take advantage of broken containment. In most defensive systems, the defensive ends are responsible for contain on the quarterback. I can't say for sure that's how Utah runs their system, but just in a lot of systems, that is how it's done. So as you'll see here, the running back is going to come up and make what's called a chip block on the defensive end. It's just to, just to help the tackle maintain his block before the running back will continue out for a pass. And in him doing that, it opens up the entire outside because the defensive end then loses contain. There's the chip block. We pause here as the running back starts to go out. the remaining linebacker goes with him, and it opens up a whole lot of space for Chucky Keeton, who's able to scramble on 3rd and 5 to get the first down. Here we have a very similar situation. The topside defensive end is actually responsible for contain again, but on the bottom they run what looks like a delayed stunt where the defensive end will crash into the guard and the defensive tackle will come around the outside. The top, and I don't know if it's a mistake, but the top defensive tackle ends up kind of getting pushed to the outside, and what that does is open up a hole right in the middle. So as this play develops, you can see, the stunt didn't work right here. You have 2 good blocks on the top side by 75 and 76. You have 2 Utah defenders sealed off in the bottom, and it just has a large lane for Chucky Keeton to be able to make a play. Does need to work on his sliding a bit though. Next we're going to look at my favorite thing of the night really was the 2-back set runs. This is a way to get Mays and Hunt on the field at the same time. I really like this one. We're going to call this formation sort of an offset pistol, 2-back pistol. What happens here is we've got this Mays comes across and leads through the hole. Hunt follows and is able to follow his blockers for a solid gain. I really just like what this play does to the defense. I like that it gives Utah State kind of 3 options if you throw in Chucky Keeton on the read. I mean, look at Mays square up and take on a linebacker on that block, and that was Hunt on the block, Mays on the run. Here we have just a 2-back shotgun look. The action is going to come to the short side of the field. Wide receiver is going to kind of crack down on the linebacker actually, and I believe it is Hunt this time who gets the ball and is able to get up in space. Great block by Devontae Robinson, just huge. It's going to create traffic for the backside linebacker trying to scrape over the top. Allows a one-on-one block with the running back and another big gain. Again, I cannot express how much I love the 2-back sets. It allows you to go power with Mays or speed with Hunt. I just really, really like the options. Here we have the offset pistol again. This one's going to be a little bit more of an outside run. Mays gets the carry again here. Hunt comes across. Van Leeuwen gets a great block on the linebacker, which you gotta love when you see a wide receiver block like this. Here it comes. Van Leeuwen's coming down the line. Is able to steal the linebacker off. Allows the play to bounce outside to what's already huge space, and you have Hunt one-on-one with a corner here, and just again another big Aggie gain. Not all these plays were super successful, but I really, really like this set, if you can't tell. Finally, we're going to look at the touchdowns on the night for Utah State. These were both pretty simple plays. This first one, Utah's stacking the box and bringing pressure. You see both these linebackers are snuck up here and not doing a good job disguising the pressure. You have these 6 for sure that are coming. It's going to leave you one-on-one matchups here on the outside, here on the slot, here over the tight end. Sorry, it gets a little busy in there. And then here on the receivers. Now that would leave this last defender here for the running back. But what happens is he either forgets his assignment for a second, or I'm not exactly sure what, but he does not immediately go with the running back, which leaves an easy lob pass for a touchdown on the wheel route. just an easy pitch and catch. You see that he came too far before realizing that he had missed his assignment, and by then it was too late. The second one, you know, it really is just a beautiful throw and catch. I don't know how much I can break this one down. Just a beautiful back shoulder throw by Chucky. The offensive line makes a great pocket, and an incredible catch by Van Leeuwen on the outside. As this finished up, I just want to thank you guys for watching episode 2 of The Breakdown. Be sure to subscribe, hit the thumbs up, and follow me on Twitter. Let me know what I can be doing better at this and what else you would like to see. This Saturday is Washington. Expect The Breakdown again up middle of the week sometime, and yeah, just let me know what you guys think. Thanks for watching.